Hello everyone, I'm going to speak about shopping as a gig worker, whether it be for your small business or for the third-party apps like Instacart, Spark, Shipt, and UberEats. And I'm going to share a story with you. And, first I'll show you the quick fun stuff. I bought an extra one of these. Why tell you that? It's one of those freezer things. It's because I like to line my bags with a couple of these, ice on the bottom. Whether it be winter or summer, it don't matter. I like to put cold food in a bag. And I only completed 2 Instacart shops today. And before I even left the store, after I paid, I pulled over to the side and I entered this product as a business expense in my QuickBooks. I took a picture of the receipt. I typed business. I put a note on it. Freezer pack for work, whatever I wrote. I did my taxes on the fly before I even walked out of the store to go to my car to deliver the goods. That's what I've been working on all year. I want to have everything seamless as possible. So at tax time, all I got to do is press a button and enter a few things, and that's it. Instead of spending days and hours and days getting your stuff together and all the panic of taxes and making an appointment, I'm teaching myself how to do everything on the fly. And this is another thing. It's pretty cool. I was getting one and my mother bought me one. I thought that was really nice. She was like, what do you need that for? Because already needed it a few times. Just to get that last package all the way in the back of the shelf. Just to get it to the end of the shelf so I can grab it on the top shelf. Because when you're in a huge store and the shelves are really high, you could waste, 5 to 10 minutes looking for someone to help you to get that other product. I'm in the store. I'm there to shop. And my goal is to find as many products as possible on that list so I earn decent pay. So that's another thing. I thought that was pretty cool. It really came in handy. I used it today. Had to be done. I got the box all the way in the back of the freezer. Got it. Didn't have to call anyone. I saved at least 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes. Now today, my first Instacart shop, I went to a store very local in town and I chose to take it. It wasn't the greatest payout. It was 18 and change. And that's a pretty big store. It's called Super Fresh. It's in Baldwin, Long Island, New York. Their products, they have a lot of different cuisines. And I go there. I've been going there at least a few times a month because I want to learn the store because it's local. You don't always want to drive towns away and, have that kind of hustling day just to earn a few bucks. Some days you just like to stay near town and not go too far. But the store has many different cuisines. Here's an example. I learned about these peppers today and I bought several different kind of peppers that I'm not familiar with this product. And, Anchor or Anko and another name from this company and other ones too. That I'm just not familiar with the cuisine. I had to buy different kind of spices. So I'm learning that there's a lot going on in that store. So while I'm shopping, I learned that Shady Brook Farms has turkey sausages. They were out, but I told the customer, we were in communication several times throughout the shop, and I said, this don't say seedless, but would you like them? Because you said you wanted mini cucumbers. And she taught me that the baby ones, they're so tiny, they're barely noticeable. She was very communicative on the app. 2 things I want to tell you. We deserve good pay for the work that we do when we go shopping for someone else. Because this isn't a pickup at Wendy's or your local little pizza place and you drive it 2-3 miles away. There's a lot more to it. You're getting in the store, you're finding their products. You have to communicate, learn the app, and get the best products you can find for your customer. And as I was shopping, and I did not have this on, Not today. I didn't have this around my neck promoting my dumpling business. A woman walked up to me and then she was like, "Excuse me, are you shopping for someone?" And I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "Well, I see that you're using a bag. I like that. I've been watching you shop. I like the way you shop." I was like, "Oh, thank you." Because I have a few of these on the bottom of my GrubHub bag. She was like, "Are you doing a GrubHub?" And I got into, I'm doing an Instacart, which led to dumpling, we talked about Spark and Shipped, and she was talking about her sister. She would like to get into the business, whatever, about the apps. And she asked me some questions about the apps that I use and what do I do. So I told her. And then she really asked me a lot of questions about my dumpling business. And I gave her a card because I had it on my purse. I had it in my purse. I did not initiate the conversation. She's the one who approached me and started asking me a lot of questions because she said, "Well, do you do any other shops?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean? Do you do other errands, other shops?" I'm like, "Well, I guess I could. Here, look at my profile. I constantly update it. It's, fairly new. I have about a dozen clients. I'm growing the business." She was like, "Wow, I really like the way you shop. I've been watching you. It was a real pleasure to meet you, Michelle. She lives in my town." I was like, "Wow, I thought you wanted to learn about the like Instacart and Spark and Shipped." And she was like, "No, my sister, she wants to get into that, working the apps." And I was like, "Well, visit my profile and eventually I'll be adding my email to that, different ways to reach me." And she was like, "Oh, that's great. Real pleasure to meet you." And that's a real compliment. That means I'm doing my job right. So people with her eyes instead of a camera or hiding behind a computer screen, watching my every move, whatever. She just walked up to me and approached me and said this, that, and asked me the questions and complimented me because I put everything in the bag properly. I keep all the meats. I bought chopped meat. I bought other meats, chicken, ground turkey, oh gosh, other sausages. And I was laying a deli and I was laying everything down, cheeses, a lot of cheeses, piling them up neatly and not squishing everything. And she noticed. So see how this led to another, and I'm really happy about it. I feel Instacart could have paid a little more for that. It was all tip. It was all tip Instacart with that store. It was $7.95. And I was like, well, I really don't want to go far. And then I went to a King Cullen. And, here's one more thing to discuss with you. I've been forcing myself to use the scanning out, cashing myself out. And every product, because I doubled the bag, everything's done by weight. Every product, I had to put it on the scale. Like after I scan it, put it on the scale. I had the bag on the floor. And I had to do a bunch of items because every one, it was going, you got to, assistance on its way, whatever it was saying. I had to work harder. So then I had to take the products off the weight, the scale, and put them in the bag. I wanted everything in one bag, double bagged, one bag. So I hope they fix that because I noticed the weights of the bag screw up the machine. Well, if I got to work harder to use the machines, then it's really pointless. And I even cashed out with avocados, lemon, jalapenos, and I'm learning how to use the machine. But if it's going to be that difficult, it's pointless to have those machines then. Because someone like me, you're holding me up now. And I was trying, and the kid was training me. I was like, oh my God. So I gave it a go, and I had to take everything off. I scanned a bunch of things, then I put them in the bag. Then he had to come over and fix the machine. But I'm moving forward. It's all about moving forward, and it's all about doing everything on the fly. Adding this into my QuickBooks as a business expense and uploading a copy of the receipt, even though I'm going to save the receipt, is doing my taxes on the fly. Artificial intelligence. I'm using it to my advantage. Okay. Stay tuned. I'm going to push forward, and there's a lot more to come, and there is a lot more to come. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.